time we are seeing chapter 15 of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Today we have to see verse number 5, but let me recap briefly. Verse number 4. After having developed Vairagya, he says, Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Vairagya means detachment from this world. I told last night that detachment is directly proportional to joy and happiness. And attachment is directly proportional to sorrow. Not only that, attachment is directly related with samsaric bondage. That's why we come back to this world, birth after birth after birth. Because we are attached to too many things. And that attachment brings us back here. You see? See, suppose you live in Toronto and you come to Trinidad and somebody take you to Davie. And you stop by those street side dhabas. And you well eat baigani and doubles and aloo pie and kachori and pakodi and everything. Right? Then you eat until you get attached. Next time you come back to Trinidad from abroad, where are you going? Straight to Davie, isn't it? In fact, you will even wish that they had the airport in Davie. So, because you get attached to that thing, the next time you come back and you go straight there. In the very same way, we are attached to so many countless things in this world. And so, we have to come take birth after birth after birth to make sure that we deal with all of those attachments. And until we deal with them, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Again and again, birth, again and again, death, and disease, and old age, and all the things in between, sorrow, and all the things. So, he says, cut this tree of the world, this worldliness. Actually, you could translate like that nicely also. Cut this tree of worldliness with the sword of detachment. And tata padam tat parimargitavyam. Thereafter, tread this path to that reality. Tread the path to the reality. Yasmin gata nanivartanti bhuyaha. Having reached where, I mean that reality having reached where, there is no return to the samsaric cycle of birth and that is a very, very important point in Hinduism. A distinguishing feature of Hinduism. You will not find it anywhere in the literature again. This thing about moksha and merging with God from whence there is no return, it will come again just now. I'll deal with it in detail there. The same line will be repeated pretty soon. From where there is no return. And he gives there, in that line, next line, the direct means to this moksha. Direct means to merging with God. What is that? Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye. I take refuge in that. If any person can truly 100% surrender himself to God in a fraction of a second, he'll reach God. The problem is we don't want to surrender. If I say, right now, I can give you a mantra. You will die and you will reach God immediately. You ready for the mantra? Oh. Die? You see, nobody wants to give up the body because we are attached to the body. Our attachments are, I told, of different types. See, the strongest attachment is to this body. The next strongest is to these relatives and friends and people around me. That little group. Arjuna had this problem. Attached to his people. Bhishma and Drona. Duryodhana, even though that Duryodhana was so wicked and all, there's his cousin, first cousin. They used to play marbles together. So he was attached to all the people on the other side there. So, the second strongest is to our people, my children, my wife, my husband, my mother, my father, my grandchildren especially. Oh, God, pray. Then beyond that is our property. Because see, suppose I have money and land and house, this, that, right? And something is wrong with a member of my family. I'll quickly sell that to save them, isn't it? So I'm more attached to the family member than to the property. I will take the money quickly and spend it for them to save them. So the money is, the attachment is less. The family member, the attachment is more. And if you have to save between family member and yourself, forget family member. You will save only yourself. All the species are like that. And don't think otherwise. No, Swamiji, I'll give up my life. You know, I already lived, you know. Any member of your family tomorrow in the hospital and they need a heart, you won't give your heart? Nobody will go. We only say we'll go. When you come down to the final crunch, try it, you'll see. When it comes down to the final crunch, because our attachment to this body is strongest. So those type of different attachment. Now, attachments to, this is to gross things I was telling just now. Then there are attachment to subtle things. Gross things which you can see, right? There are attachment to subtle things, or a different class of attachment. What? I'm attached to my image. Everybody know me to be a dharmic person. In order to boost that image, I go on doing dharmic things. And if that image is hurt, oh, my honor, I'm attached to. You know, these days on the news, there in Pakistan and all, I said 1,000 women murdered every year in Pakistan. They call it honor killing. The women disgrace the family and they kill them. 1,000 honor killing every year. Because the family they are attached to some honor. Now, honor is not something like this body or money or property, right? There's not a tangible thing. Honor is something which you conceive of in your head only. And based on that, you kill. So the Supreme Court also has designated as honor killing. How crazy this world is, attached to all sorts of things. Huh? From Pakistan, it came to England. The man and the wife killed their daughter. Honor killing. Both of them in jail, lifetime. In Pakistan, they'll get away, you know. They try it in England now. Attached to intangible. Some people attached to their ideology. Like Hitler. Ideology. We are superior race. And those who are inferior, we kill them. 6 million in one stroke. He killed. So we are attached to some political ideology. Stalin, Lenin. How many people they killed? So, to subtle things as well as to gross things, attached like anything. So he said, the person who can relinquish everything, every single thing, this body, the desire to live, desire to exist, desire for moksha, everything, just surrender totally to the Lord. In a moment he'll merge with God. So that the means is given in that one line, but that means is very difficult. I take refuge in that Supreme Purusha, that Adi Purusha, the Lord who is beginningless, Yata Pravritti Prasrita Purani, from which this entire Jagat, Sansar, has sprung, has emanated. So since that means of surrender, that means total and absolute surrender, we give up our identity in a flash. I don't exist anymore. There's only one thing existing in the world. So I in one stroke give up my personal and individual identity. To relinquish it in one stroke, in a single stroke, that is very difficult. That is what the line is talking about. So now, because we cannot really achieve that, he is going to give now in verse number 5, slowly, things we have to do. What things now we have to do? Slowly in the path. In other words, you know, there are some people, like for example, Hanumanji, right? if Hanumanji has to go up on that mountain, Hanumanji takes one sprint and he's up on the mountain, isn't it? He's capable of doing that. If we have to go up on the mountain, we have to first prepare ourselves. Start doing exercises, isn't it? If we have to bring that mountain from there to here, Hanumanji could just lift it up and bring it. If we have to bring, we have to go and chip little pieces. So this number 5 is for us. Number 4, Tameva Chatyam Purusham Prapayate, is for Hanumanji. In one stroke, moksha. Take refuge, relinquish everything in one stroke. Here, small, one teacher was, one little girl was there in the class, she used to wear Hanuman. Or some Hanuman print, something she had. So that teacher was a Christian fellow, so he did not like that. So he told to the little girl, it was physically impossible for Hanuman to bring that mountain from Himalayas to the southern shores of India to build a bridge. So the little girl said, why is it physically impossible? Hanumanji is God. He could do whatever he wants. So the teacher insisted, no, I'm telling you it is physically impossible to bring a mountain through the sky. The little girl said, okay, sir, when I go to heaven, I will ask him. She's speaking in his terms now. When I go to heaven, I'll ask him whether he did it or not. So that teacher said, and what if Hanumanji went to hell? She said, then you ask him. When we use examples, Hanumanji will fly up on that mountain in one spring and all. Don't ever entertain one iota of doubt in your mind. A human being could make these little planes. We sit down in there and we fly from here to there. Human being could do this thing, fly to the moon, all sorts of things. But Bhagwan cannot fly or what? If a puny, petty little human being who knows nothing, who's sunken in ignorance and suffering every day, if he could do it, so Bhagwan has no strength or what? Don't let even one iota of doubt ever come in your mind that Bhagwan cannot do this, Bhagwan cannot do that, Bhagwan cannot do the other thing. So in a flash, he could go from here to Australia before you could open back your eyes. Or wherever. You see? But to be human beings, we have to take small steps. Small little steps. Sometimes we get into trouble also in those little small steps. In the small steps also we get trouble. When they were inventing gunpowder, you know how many inventors died? He invented things but didn't live to see his invention. In the lab itself, it blew up. Anyway, now in verse number 5. In these little steps we take now, but we have to deal with things at our level. Nirmana moha jita sangha doshaha.
Nirmana moha jita sangha doshaha.
Adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama.
Adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama.
Dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sangyehi.
Dvandvair vimukta sukha dukkha sangyehi.
Gacchantya mudha padamavyayam tat.
Gacchantya mudha paramavyayam tat.
Gacchantya mudha paramavyayam tat.
Gacchantya mudha paramavyayam tat.
Gacchanti amudhaha padam avyayam tat. The person who is amudha. Amudha means undeluded, means who has gotten rid of all his delusions. That person goes, gacchanti, or the plurality, they go, amudha is plural actually. They who have removed all their delusions, delusion here is tantamount to ignorance, who has removed his ignorance, they go, gacchanti, Padam Avyayam, to that supreme state of merging with God. Supreme Padam. Oh. But how do they remove their ignorance now? How do we remove our ignorance or delusions? Huh? Let me tell you the connection between ignorance and delusion. Those are two English words. One is agyan and one is murhatva. So here vimurha, one who free from murhatva, delusion, or moha. Ignorance means I don't know. And because I don't know, I find myself doing or thinking or understanding wrongly. I'll use some technical words, don't get frightened. Yeah? Gurudev used to say, first let me tell you the Sanskrit words. The Sanskrit words are Maya or Agyan, ignorance, has two very important powers. One is called as Avarana Shakti and the other is called as Vikshepa Shakti. So that Agyan or ignorance first covers knowledge of myself. I don't know myself. That is the ignorance. I don't know myself. And as soon as the Agyan or ignorance covers knowledge of myself, it also performs a second operation. But it shoots up all wrong understanding about myself. So it is same Maya or Agyan, ignorance, which has these two powers. One is to cover my own self. It veils myself from me. So I don't know myself. And at the same time, while it does that, it also shoots up wrong knowledge about myself. That happens in ordinary life also. So for example, when you're going down the road and there's a rope there, first there is the covering of the rope, the ignorance of the rope, and then the mind superimposes a snake on the rope. If there is no covering and in the first instance you perceive rope, then there is no snake. So first there has to be a covering of rope and then a superimposition of snake. So this is the difference between Agyan and delusion or moha. But Agyan first covers ignorance, and then delusion is the shooting up of the wrong knowledge, means the emergence of the wrong knowledge immediately. Wrong knowledge means there is no snake there, but I am seeing snake. About myself, I don't know that I am Satchit Ananda. Aham Brahmasmi. I am that reality itself. So that is covered. When that is covered, then what I think? I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, I am a puny little being, helpless, I will die one of these days, I am unconnected to you, I am foolish, I am deluded. I think all sorts of wrong things about myself. Not knowing that I am the reality itself. My nature is pure Satchitananda. That is veiled from me. That is called a Agyan or ignorance. And the wrong knowledge is called a delusion or moha. So one has to become free from that delusion or moha. That is what the last line is saying. One has to become free from that delusion or moha. Then Gachanti Padam Avyayam Tat. He goes to that supreme state. But how to become free from that delusion? Now we have to start slowly. So the first word now in the verse, Nirmana Moha. Nirmana Moha means I have to get rid of the simple delusion. What simple delusion? The delusion caused by man. Man means Abhiman. What Abhiman? Abhiman means I feel that I am so great. But really and truly, I just said that I am Brahman. I am the absolute reality. So I am indeed great. So there seems to be some contradiction there, isn't it? And the man is saying, I feel I am so great. This man, which we are speaking about, is I feel I am so great because in my possession there are certain things. Like for example, I feel I am so great because I feel I am handsome. I might be resembling King Kong, but I feel that I am handsome. So that makes me feel somehow, no, these fellas are not. Somebody told me that I am handsome. So that does something to my heart. In Trinidad language, we call that mama guy. Bamboozle. Bamboozled my head. That's a proper English word. Eh? It sounds crazy. It's a proper English word. Mama guy is not. So, it does something to me. I start feeling, kya baat hai. Then, see that is looks. Then some education I get. That also makes me feel. Or some money I have. Some possession. You see, I'm just giving few examples of some possession. And anything can make a person get this man. Eh? This abhiman. Anything. The most silly thing also. That is an amazing thing how this man works. So, I am feeling great about myself because of the possession of some flimsy, paltry, ephemeral, useless thing. Harati nimeshat kala sarvam. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, in a moment's time, Kal takes away all of these things. And based on that fleeting thing, I feel some great, I'm so great. Based on that thing. Ma kuru dhana jana yauvana garvam, he says. Ma kuru dhana jana yauvana garvam. Harati nimeshat kala sarvam. Ma kuru means don't have what? Garvam. Garvam and mane is exact same thing. Garva means pride. False pride. And garva means false pride. So don't have that false pride in what? Dhana, wealth. Jana, your people means I belong to this clan or this race or this, dynasty or this lineage or this caste or the Jana. All that is included in Jana. Jana means people. Means I belong to this group of people. And based on that I get Garvam, Abhiman. I come from this stock, Not only do I have the degree, but I have the pedigree. Both the Garva are coming now. Both Garvas coming. Garva. Degree and pedigree both. Ma kuru dhana jana yauvan. Yauvan means youth. Young people. Young people are saying, because they're vibrant. This old man, I don't know what happened to him. He has pride in his youth. I had gone to one place in northern India in Himalayas at one time called Kalingpung. And in the marketplace, there I saw a fight took place. Fight means verbal fight first. It starts like that only. So one young fellow was telling an old man, "Hey, old man," Buddha in Hindi was telling, "Oh, sab daan ko maar dunga. I will break all your teeth." And he was doing like this. That old man took it, he puri paise break na. He really took out the teeth and put it in the pocket. So this young fella had pride in it. He's calling him old man also. Yeah, old man. He feels that he has health and strength now and he's youthful. So he don't have pride in his youth. What? In no time. All the people who are 40 and 50 here, just ask you, they'll tell you. Just yesterday they were in school. Just yesterday we were in school. What happened? Harati nimeshat kala sarva. Harati nimeshat means in a flash, gone. And that goes for all the other things also. So he says, don't have pride. He says, nirvana moha. So the delusion that arises from pride in some possession. That is the meaning of this term. That thing we have to start removing. Just look. Just take a sankalpa. Sankalpa in English is what? Resolution. Let's take a sankalpa to remain as a simple person, accepting that all things in the universe is dispensed by God. What do I have to do with it? Huh? Take a simple sankalpa that is dispensed by God. How am I taking credit for it? Nirman moha jitasanga dosha. Who has conquered the defect, dosha means defect. Who has conquered the defect of attachment. What is the defect? No, I have told about attachment before, but we did not go into depth in that, I tell you now what is attachment. Because I tell you these words will come again, and we'll go a little bit deeper, Don't worry. Who has conquered the defect of attachment. Now let's study this attachment a little bit. What exactly is attachment? Attachment is I'll tell you simply. Attachment means I feel that I cannot do without certain things. Now think about all the things which you cannot do. Without which you cannot do. Think. They're very difficult sometimes to notice. Sometimes they're very subtle. Suppose you go home tonight. I just give you a simple example. Suppose you go home tonight and you have no pillow to sleep with. Aha. I'm making you notice them now. No pillow. Right? Suppose you have to come to this satsang tomorrow with no shoes. No shoes? Today I'll not go. Start thinking like this and you will see how many attachments we have. Attachments are in scriptures. I'll tell you the example the sages give. What a nice example. They say attachments are like ropes, right? Like ropes. So what they say, we have so many ropes wound around ourselves, right? Attachments are like ropes. Asha Pasha. But Shankaracharya calls also. In Bhajagovind. So, Pasha means rope. The sages say, if you take one rope and you unravel, how many fibers you will get? You unravel that rope. So many attachments we have. And not just one rope we have wound around ourselves. We have so many ropes, and each rope unravel. How many fibers we'll get in that rope? So many attachments we have to this rope. I tell you, it is amazing how many attachments. You wouldn't believe, just you haven't thought of it. Eh? Some people go and shave out some of the eyebrow like this. Attachments. Attachment. There's a certain look which I'm attached to. And if the extra eyebrows are there, I can't preserve that look. And colors and places and so many things. There are some people, you will tell, "Arey bhaiya, come and sit in the front seat." He's attached to the back seat. And there are some people who are attached to the front seat. If you tell him, "Go and sit in the back," no, Swami, from there I don't understand anything. And how fast we get attached to things, I'll show you. You see the chair you are sitting on now? If you get up from there and you go to the kitchen to get some water and you come back and somebody is sitting in that chair. Hey, like a cobra now, hey. You take my chair. How that became your chair? How fast, So, attachments are numerous, and there are some very, very subtle ones. You don't even know that you're attached to this or attached to that or attached to the other thing. And so they are countless in number. So that thing which I'm attached to makes me feel, without having that thing in my possession, without doing that thing, somehow I'm less. somehow I'm incomplete. Somehow my life will not be happy. My life will not be fulfilled. Something. I feel that thing completes me. Without that thing, I'm not complete. That is called attachment. And that is a dosha. It's a defect. Because it is wrong thinking. You look here. When you came into the world, you had any of those things? We are so attached over here. Yeah? Attached to the hair. When you came into the world, you had hair? No. Well, some people have. That time also you did not care whether you had or not. It didn't make a difference, isn't it? But now we get so attached to the hair. Oh. I remember as a youngster now joined university. I realized that I was attached to my hair. I mean, Mrs. Ramkilan will tell you, I was attached to my hair and my shoes. She knows the story very well. She used to look at me and laugh in high school. She used to see me shine in my shoes. So first thing I got rid of are shoes. And then one day, I went and shaved out my head. Youngster. And those nowadays bald head is in style, right? But that time, 35 years ago, bald head was not, 30 years ago, bald head was not in style. When I shaved it out, based on this one same thing, what? Attached to it. I was so, I'm telling you, if anybody touched my hair in school, they had it. So attached. So, what is the remedy? Find the thing you are attached to and give it up. What is it? Then, after a little while, it grew back. And it used to be some style, you know. I always have a comb in the back pocket. Have you seen? We always have a comb in the back pocket. One police officer dressed up like a woman to go undercover. And he was passing in front of a store where there was a big mirror. And when he passed there, a drug pusher figured out that he's a police officer. He's not this woman, he's a male police officer undercover. And he told all his people, run! The police has come. And they eventually caught that drug man and everything. He asked that drug pusher, how did you know? I was a male police officer dressed up under this woman's clothing. He said, simple. You passed that mirror and never looked. Huh? I'm talking about observing your mind to see subtle attachments. They go subtler and subtler and subtler. Well, you want to climb the heights of spirituality and you don't want to deal with these things? Where you will climb? So seek them out. Subtler and subtler attachments. We have so many. Alright. So Jita Sangha dosha. That really, if I don't get this, or I don't have this, or I don't, have this image to show today, I can't go in society. So when it grew back, for another month or two, get up in the morning, bathe, and don't comb it. I didn't comb it for 2 months. To deal with attachments. Find out the attachment and take it by the horns. Tackle it directly. Huh? You have to let yourself know that you really do not need these things for your survival. You do not need these things for your existence. You do not need these things. After the lesson is learned, you this. Okay. But you have to make sure that you educate yourself that much that you really do not need them for your existence, for your being, for being with God, for God to love you or anything. Because Bhagwan will love you all the same. In any case, when you were born, he did not give you a hairstyle. And one fellow gave another man a comb for his birthday. But that man was bald. And what was the present? A comb. That man, other man said, "Oh, it is so dear to me. I will never part with it." Giving up all attachments to all these other things, you have to find them out for yourself. Now, I will not know. Each person will have to know for himself. This is spirituality. You have to be aware of your own self. And see, so Jita Sangha dosha, those who have conquered this defect of attachment. Adhyatma nitya. Adhyatma nitya means the mind should be constantly centered on Bhagwan. Even if I am looking at the simplest thing in the world, the bhajan copy. How the Lord is able to manifest as white, and the Lord is able to manifest as blue also. And because He is able to manifest as two colors, I am able to see one in contrasted with the other. Therefore, I am able to read. How He has given me an intellect to be able to cipher out letters and to make sounds out of them. But you created your own intellect. Everything you see, everything you perceive, everything you think, immediately God should be introduced in that thing. This is one meaning of Adhyatma Nitya. God should be introduced in that, whatever you're thinking or seeing, immediately by your own mind. Adhyatma Nitya also means constantly thinking of the self, the inner self, which is beaming through the body, mind and intellect, and is able to perceive and operate and act in this world. That inner self, which is manifesting in this variegated life, this variety of expressions of life. So constantly keeping the nitya. Nitya means constantly. The mind should never go away from God. The mind should be like a fish. Siyaram Sarup Agad Anup Bilochanami Nanako Jaluhe Shruti Ram Katha Mukharam Sonam. Tulsidaji, right? That wherever my eyes go, it should be like the fish swimming in water. I mean, the fish, wherever it goes, it is in water. So wherever my eyes go, it should go in Ram. Ram is everything. When we see the doubles man down the road there, forget Ram and all, yeah? That time we thinking Ram, that time mouth started water before. When we see the doubles man down the road, then the mouth starts watering before I could think anything, isn't it? And you're praying while you're going to meet the doubles man. I hope he still has doubles. So you're praying for doubles, not for Ram. Adhyatma Nitya means the Lord should be seen constantly, whether inside if you're Jnani, and outside if you are Bhakta, or both. Constantly keep the mind on God. Vinivritta Kamaha. Kama comes from attachment only. That's now we are talking about attachment. But suppose you are unable to deal with all of those attachments. Well, deal with it at a more superficial level. At the superficial level, you see, like for example, you know the nut grass. Now your yard is full of nut grass, right? Well, you could take a whacker or a lawnmower or something and cut it. But that is not dealing with it at the fundamental level, isn't it? Because today you cut, And especially in Trinidad, not only today, you start cutting at this end of the yard, by the time you reach the other end here, grow back. And do you know, the things which you want to grow, they don't grow. You plant same or baigan or karela there, it doesn't grow. And the thing which you do not want to grow, it flourishes. So, you can deal with it at a superficial level. Means, in fact, if you cut it down low, it will be there low for a little while. Or you could deal with that thing at a fundamental level. Dealing with calm or desire is dealing with it at a superficial level. If you deal with it at a fundamental level, you have to deal with attachments, because it is from attachments come desire. Bhagavan tells us in the 2nd chapter. See what that? You know that. Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha
Dhyayato vishayan pumsaha
Sangasteshu pajayate
Sangasteshu pajayate
Sangat sanjayate kamaha
Sangat sangrayate kamaha
Kamat krodho vijayate
Kamat krodho vijayate
Kamat krodho vijayate.
Kamat krodho vijayate.
He says, by going on ruminating on objects of the world, we develop attachment for them. And from that attachment comes desire for them. And from that desire comes anger. So if you're dealing with anger and desire, they are really superficial expressions of a more fundamental malady, the panacea of which is Brahmagyan. The fundamental malady is attachment to things of the world. Only when I'm attached, then I desire that thing. So if you deal with it at the fundamental level, then no problem. You don't have to deal with attachment and desire. Desire and anger. So now, if you cannot deal at the fundamental level, now let us deal with desires at the superficial level. So he says, Vinivritta kamaha, going beyond, or, actually Vinivritta, I'll explain this to you. Vinivritta kamaha is nothing really different from Jita Sangha dosha. The two words really mean the same thing. But I'm telling you, you can understand attachment, desire at a more superficial level. Deeper, if you give some thought, you will see it is no different. So what it means here is, all the desires that come up in the mind, all different types of desires that come up in the mind, I should live such a life that those desires have no cause to arise. And we'll see that just now. But let me tell you first about the different types of desires that will come. The desires are considered to be of 4 types, or 4 species, depending on their strength. So the first type of desire is called as asha. Asha means hope. You hope this happen, you hope that happen, I hope. But just a hope, you really don't do anything. Like for example, I hope it rains today because I just planted some Boda. I planted some Boda is the correct word. Okay, let me tell you what is the correct word. You know it have a small thin little body like this? Then the body. But the long ones that we eat, they're called a Boda. Correct word is? Boda. So, you plant someday, so you hope that it rains. Now, you don't do any action in pursuit of that hope, isn't it? What do you do? You just have a faint hope. I hope that it rains. You can't go and hit the clouds and make it rain. That is called asha. Little stronger than asha. Now, if it doesn't rain, suppose there is no rain, then what you do? You take a hose and water it. You don't get angry with God and say, God, what is the matter with you? You don't get angry with God. So there is no repercussions from from not fulfilling the desire. Nothing happens. You just go and you water it. Inside there is nothing. So asha is like that. The second strongest type of, or the second desire is a little bit stronger now. That is called as Ichha. Ichha means a little bit stronger than hope. Not only that I hope, I wish that this thing happened, and I also initiate some action to make it happen. I do something. But again, it is not strong. If it doesn't materialize, the object of the desire is not obtained, then it doesn't disturb me. I say, okay, you win some, you lose some. It was not meant to happen like that. The action initiated also is usually not so strong. I just taken a stroll down the street. I want to meet such and such person. If I meet him, it is okay. If I don't meet him, it is alright. But you walk down the street, means some action was initiated. That is called as Ichha. And not fulfilled. Again, maybe some slight disappointment or some rationalization. Okay, next time I will. The next one is called as Kama. No, that is strong. Kama krodho vichayate. If that Kama is not fulfilled, means you want something so strongly, and if it is not fulfilled, you get angry. And if anybody comes in your way, Kama is insidious. Let me tell you a little bit about Kama. The desire is strong. It's an energy that wells up in the heart and has some goal in mind. And it causes the individual to head to that thing. And he tries any hook or crook to get that thing. And if he doesn't get it, now see, that energy which wells up there, I want this thing. Without this thing, I will not be complete. My life will not be fulfilled. I want it. If he gets it, now see how insidious karma is. If he gets the object of his desire, then he becomes greedy. That energy changes into greed. Because when you get one, you want two. When you get two, you want. So that energy, which was propelling that person, if it goes, propels him, and he acquires the object of his desire, that energy gets transformed into greed. If the thing is not acquired, the energy gets transformed into several other things. I'll tell you. If somebody prevented him from getting it, and that person is not any authoritative person or any person reverential, then that person has had it. He gets angry and he may even eliminate that person. Right? Suppose that desire was thwarted by an equal, like your friend. Like suppose there was something there that one mango on the tree, and you wanted it and your friend wanted it, and he gets it before you. When he's your friend, you will not get angry. That energy changes into jealousy. It metamorphosizes into jealousy. If the person who thwarted your desire was somebody reverential, that energy gets transformed into depression. The same energy goes on changing, depending on what thwarted the energy. So if it is somebody beneath you, who you consider to be beneath you, anger. Equal to you, jealousy. Above you, depression. If it is fulfilled, greed. Welcome to desire. Calm. This is calm. And stronger than karma. Now see here, in karma, if somebody comes in your way, you are prepared to. All this murder is going on in the country. This only. You want something, and the other person is thwarting what you want. You want things to be in a certain way, and the other person is coming in between there. So what? Send him to Yamapur. That is your solution. Of course, you don't realize just now you go meet him there. So, stronger than this karma now is called as Trishna. What is the word? Trishna. That is so strong that if the person doesn't get what he wants, he'll not kill that person, he'll kill himself. He's ready to also give up his own life. That's called Trishna. Thirst, craving, pining. This type of word is a translation for Trishna. It means keep God in your mind all the time. Trishna will go away. Keep Krishna in the mind. Trishna will go away. So, Vinivritta Kama means to live such a life that none of these four types of kama, desires, affect you. Meaning to say, desires will come. The desires are desires. They come because you are living in this world. Desires will come. So when they come, what you do? You say, okay, here this desire has come, but it is unnecessary. I will not pursue this desire. This other desire has come. Okay, that is good. I will pursue. So you should be able to sift out. And these desires are on the, like for example, I have a desire to go and listen to Bhagavad Gita in Patiram trace. It's a good desire. You don't sift it out. People sift out that one, and the other desire, what? We'll go Queenam Beach. You ever see Queenam Beach in the night time? That desire you want to fulfill now. You're sifting out. You throw away what is that? Throw out the bath. Throw out the baby with the bath water. What kind of thing is this? So we keep the good desires in the beginning, and we relinquish all the undesirable desires. And from among the desirable ones, the good ones, again, life is a constant process of sifting out. Sifting out. In sadhana, those who have embarked on the path of sadhana, you will realize that even in sadhana also you have to sift out some of them. I remember Brahmachari in ashram, after finishing studies, the Brahmachari wrote, see, I was new to India, so he came up with an idea, hey, why don't we go to all of these tirath, this tirath, that tirath. So I said, very good, I would love to go. I don't know all these tiraths in India, holy places, pilgrimage. So he wrote Gurudev for permission. Gurudev, now that this course is over, I want some time before I take my posting in my wherever. I want some time to go on this tirath, to this place and that place. And Gurudev shot back. Well, wrote back. No. After studying this course, you have gone beyond that. There is no need for you to go. You go straight to your posting. So, going on tirath is one type of sadhana. But in some way along the line, you have to sift out sadhanas also. That person, the Gurudev wrote to him. He didn't write to us. You don't think suddenly, no, I passed that. Don't ever think. So, on the path also, we have to sift out this type of, see, all sadhanas were on the positive list. And all kusang was on the negative list. But even among the sadhanas, as we go along, we have to sift out, and you keep that type of sadhana which brings you closer and closer and closer. I'll give you a simple example. memorizing Ramayana and Gita is good or not? Huh? Good. But do you know, somewhere along the line, there's some Abhiman associated with it also. Then you tell someone, hey, just call any number. You tell him, call any number. And the moment he calls the number, you chant the verse. There's some Abhiman there or not? We have to be very careful. So it might be good to memorize verses, but we have to make sure that those verses do not become ropes. Ropes to bind us. So how we have to sift out? So at some point, even to get rid of that rope, you may have to say, okay, I leave this thing. No, I will leave this sadhana. I'm not going to memorize any more verses. I'm going to sit down quietly and go inside. So that sadhana also you leave. But each sadhak will have to gauge these things as he goes along. There is no blanket rule here. That is why Hinduism is so wonderful, you know. There is no blanket rule that everybody has to follow the same thing. We have different strokes for different folks. We have a nice buffet style. The people passing with chana and aloo and rice and pumpkin, but you just say what you want. Of course, there are some people who say everything. You have to just make your choices in your path of sadhana. There are as many paths as there are sadhaks. Each person will carve out his own path in his own time. The only thing is, you must be on the path. Find yourself on a path. Leave the chai dukan for a little while. Chai dukan means tea shop or whatever. Find yourself on the path. So, vinivritta kama, even among sadhanas, some things which we have so much of desire for, I want to do this, we may have to leave as we go along. It means I should be able to manage all my desires in such a way that I say, no, I leave this and I pursue this one. And come to a state where even the desire, you see, let me tell you something. Guruji is to give a nice example. I'll tell you his example. One day he was walking in the village, you know. So, some man saw him on the Choraha, means forward junction there. He said, hey, Swamiji, you, oh, please come. And that man was living close by. He took him to his house. And he told his wife, look, I brought Swamiji. So the wife said, oh, Swamiji, please come. She quickly went in the kitchen and made some tea. Put nice sugar and milk and everything. And along with the tea, brought some nice salty namkeen, you know that? Namkeen means some chatak patak, crunch thing. She brought and she offered quickly. And Swamiji drank that tea and had some of that crunchy thing, and it was nice. Then he said, but I have to go, I have a class there. And so he left. So next day now, Swamiji was passing again to go to that class. And he thought, yesterday I got nice tea and all here, So he stopped. Now the man did not call, he stopped. So the man saw, hey, Swamiji, you came. And the wife saw, but her smile was not there like the previous day, So the man said, come, sit down. So the wife again went and made tea and brought, but today there was no smile. Then third day, again he was passing. But now there was no smile in the man's face also. No smile in the wife's face. And she went inside and brought, and there was no namkeen, only tea. Fourth day, he was passing by, and he reached there, he saw the house locked. So he says, the desires of the mind, they are like this. So when a desire arises in the mind, if you entertain, tomorrow it again will come. When it arises in the mind, if you just watch it, you don't, I'm just watching. Okay, the desire arises, I'm watching. I'm not going to pursue. So second day, third day, it will come, fourth day. After the fifth day, Swamiji did not go back there. Because he knew. So the desire is like that. The desire will not come back. It knew that last 4 or 5 times I came, I was not entertained, So when the desires arise, we should be vigilant to see them and then don't pursue. Just watch it. Then we'll reach this stage. Vinivritta kama. The desires will cease. They will cease to come. Desire for that thing will cease to come. That is the meaning of the term. Dvandva vimukta. To become free from the pairs of opposites. I explained this so many times. We are living in a world of pairs of opposites, and the human being, his mind keeps like a pendulum from one of the pair to the other. Where there is heat, there will be cold. Where there is affluence, there will be poverty. Where there is love, there will be hate. Where there is loss, there will be gain. Like that. Or gain, there will be loss. Where there is victory, there will be defeat. So our mind keeps swinging from one to the next. Today you are happy. And the same person tomorrow, you wonder, what happened? What happened to you, boy? Yesterday you were in such a good mood. तुमको क्या हो गया? पागल हो गया? You become crazy or what? So and the next day you see him, and the third day, he jump in like a kangaroo. So you wonder if it's the same person. So to maintain, first of all, a degree of constancy, a degree of equipoise, equilibrium, balance between the pairs of opposites. So this thing will happen and that thing will happen. You say, okay, that is the way the world is. This has happened, that has happened, That is how the world is. And you maintain your balance. In fact, this world is not yours. If, for example, one tsunami comes and so many people die, well, you caused it or what? You caused the tsunami? That time you say, Prabhu, look, I am also at your mercy, Tsunami is there. I don't know what I may get tomorrow. And with that, you maintain your balance. After maintaining that balance, you will actually develop more strength to help the people who are suffering from the tsunami. But if you lose your balance, how you will help? You become a hindrance actually. The person who is well balanced means he is well planted. If our feet are well planted, we are in a better position to assist, to help. If you yourself are shaky, in a state of imbalance, your position is not suitable for helping. You will actually make mess of things. So Bhagavan, throughout this Bhagavad Gita, talks about this balance. Dvandva vimukta, to be free from the pair of opposite, means I should not be affected by either of the pair, whether it is this side, positive side or negative side. We have a habit of being like that. No, in jubilation when something happens, yippee! We jump. That also is losing your balance. And the other side also, something bad happened. We get overexcited. Have you seen those people on game shows? Their name is called. Yeah. They jump and they don't know what to do. They jump like anything. But there's a famous, nice story, man. Which I told you, I'll tell you again. The husband is looking at his wife's lottery ticket on the television, and he saw that she won the first prize, $10 million. So he thought his wife has a heart condition. If he tells her when she comes home, she'll get a heart attack and die. So he went to the Pandit and he told Baba, he said, Baba, look, this is the situation. Baba said, don't worry. When she comes, stand her here, I will tell her. When she came home, the husband said, Baba wants to see you. So she went there. Baba said, look, I'm asking you a hypothetical question. If you win the lottery for $10 million, what do you do? It's not a real question. Hypothetical. 10 million? Baba, I'll give 5 million to you. Baba get a heart attack. So, anything positive like that in the world, that thing gives us a shock like. So Baba is saying, no, whether positive side or not. Suppose you lose 10 million. There was a gentleman. I used to stay in his house. He used to quote all of these Bhagavad Gita shlokas for me every day. By heart he knew them, He was so good. He used to keep on quoting. And any idea you said, he used to tell you the Gita verse. And he was practicing it also, it seems, because he was a big businessman. And one day he came, and we were eating on the dinner table, having a dinner. Then at the end of the dinner, he told me, Swami, you know what happened today? I had invested $13 million in a business in that part of the country, and today I got news, the whole thing crashed. 13 million. And he's telling after dinner. So most people will not be able to have dinner, isn't it? And that whole dinner was normal, like nothing happened. So some of the Gita verses had gone into, he said he used to quote them, he knew them very well. So he maintained his equilibrium even though he lost 13 million in one stroke. Equilibrium. This is what Bhagavan is talking about. Samabuddhi vishishyate. And the intellect is able to maintain this samatvam. Free from the pairs of opposites. I mean, this pair kicked me this way. This side of the pair kicks me this way, the other side kicks me the other way. And my mind is gone. Equilibrium. Sukha dukkha sanyaihi. Dvandvair vimuktaha sukha dukkha sanyaihi. Freedom from the pairs of opposite, like sukha and dukkha and all the others. Sanyaihi means all the other groups. Sukha and dukkha. When there is any joy in life, this is how life comes. Any sorrow, that's how life comes. And he tells Arjuna in 2nd chapter, Tan stitiksha. Bear them. The joy comes, bear. The sorrow comes, bear. And just be. It has come, it will go. This also shall pass away. Always remind yourself. Whichever one it is, joy or sorrow, this also shall pass away. This is the most wonderful mantra. This also shall pass away. Either one, joy or sorrow. So, becoming free from the pairs of opposites. This, how many things are told here for the person to tread the path. If the person was able to do what was there in the previous verse, in one stroke surrender your entire personality and individual existence, surrender it to Bhagavan. There is no need for all of this. But that cannot be done, So now we have how many things we outlined in these words for us to observe ourselves and one by one remove all of these defects. Dosha, the Lord calls them defects. Then one will reach that state. Which state? State of the absolute reality, which is again now going to be described in the next verse, but he'll describe that tomorrow. Natat bhasayate surya. The very sun doesn't shine, or the sun could never illumine that state.